This we might call Lecture for Beginners on Plan Colombia. Right here we've got stuff that's neutral for both sides we can talk about. Well, I'm going to go over all these things. Affirmative says pesticides, farmers, corruption is ineffective. Negative will say all or nothing. No alternative.
Is that one drug lords?
Yeah. Colombia dependent. Failed narco state. All right. So we're going to need to know what all this stuff means, and it's going to take a little while to explain it all, right? Let's start here with Eric's first question, which is, what was Colombia? Colombia is, of course, a country. It's a country. It's in South or Latin America. I don't know, one of those two. Its main language is Spanish or Portuguese, maybe. I don't know. I think it's Spanish. The thing is, what it's mostly famous for is the place where they grow most of the cocaine. Now, they don't actually grow cocaine. They grow a plant called the coca plant. And then from there, they make cocaine, which is an illegal drug. Okay? Cocaine is an illegal drug. That means people like to do cocaine because it makes them feel good. But as a general rule, it's not a good idea to do cocaine. So the government has made it illegal. Now, what we're talking about here then is what's called U.S. foreign policy.
The failed north?
No, failed narco state. That's it, narco.
Well, not just let people have cocaine.
Okay, hold on. So we're talking about U.S. foreign policy. That means we are doing what?
We're telling other countries what to do.
Right. We're talking about how we deal with other countries, not the United States. What does U.S. foreign policy mean? What does it mean, Eric? How we deal with
Other countries.
that are not the United States? What does foreign policy mean?
And how we deal with other countries.
Right. How the U.S. deals with other countries. What kind of things does it include? It includes such things as funding. So we might send Colombia money. It includes such things as deals for weapons. Which weapons we're willing to sell some other country and which weapons we're not. What kind of weapons do we sell to North Korea?
Bad weapons.
We don't sell any weapons to North Korea. Why?
Because they're one of our competitors.
Right. We view them as an enemy. Okay? We view them as the bad guys. We don't want them to have weapons because if they're going to use weapons, who they're going to use it on? Us or our friends. Okay? Colombia, we don't view as a bad guy. We view them as a friend that needs help. Okay? So our U.S. foreign policy then is trying to help them. What's their problem? Well, they've got a few different problems. One of the problems that they have that's not listed here is corruption.
And what is the U.S. foreign policy? I think it was listed up there.
I know it is, but I'm putting it there too. U.S. foreign policy is how the U.S. deals with other countries, not the United States. Okay? So some kind of drugs are legal and some kind of drugs are illegal. If I am selling coffee, am I selling a drug?
No.
Yes. But it's not a very powerful drug. It's called caffeine. Okay? It's a very mild drug. Now, if I'm selling cocaine, am I selling a drug?
Yeah.
Is that a mild drug?
No.
No, that's a powerful drug. Okay? This is a drug that people get addicted to. That means they start doing it, they can't stop doing it, they spend all their money on cocaine.
Is smoking it?
Smoking's a drug, yeah. That's nicotine. Caffeine is the drug in coffee. Nicotine is the drug in tobacco. Caffeine is pretty harmless. Most people agree that it doesn't cause you any harms.
Except it makes you stop growing. That's what they say.
It's not true.
We drink what?
You guys drink caffeine all the time.
Yeah, your spine will stop growing. Or it will start to lose.
No, it won't. Listen, whether or not you drink caffeine when you're a child has nothing to do with your growth rate. Okay? Every time you have a Coca-Cola, you have caffeine. Anyway, that's neither here nor there. So, what is foreign policy, Eric?
How the United States deal with other countries.
What is foreign policy, K-Funk?
How the United States deal with other countries.
What is an illegal drug?
Illegal drug?
Okay, so the quick answer to that is it's a strong drug that people get addicted to that is illegal, that's against the law. It's a strong drug people get addicted to that's against the law. Usually, not all illegal drugs are like that, but most of them, that's the criterion by which we determine if it should be made illegal. How addictive is it? And how many problems does it cause people? So, most drugs that are strong drugs that are addictive are also illegal.
Well, why is smoking illegal?
It's not a strong drug.
But
So,
it makes you want to do it.
it makes you want to smoke more, maybe, but it doesn't make you drunk, right? Alcohol is a strong drug, but it's a legal drug. It's a legal drug. It's okay under the law for people to drink alcohol. But alcohol is a very strong drug, and it's a drug that makes people behave very differently. So if you drink a lot of alcohol, you might do things that you regret. You might crash your car. You might get into a fight, things like that. Okay? So alcohol is a strong drug, but it's legal. Tobacco is a mild drug in the sense that it doesn't change how you act at all. It doesn't really change how you feel, but it does make you want more of it. So which kind of drugs are usually illegal? That are addictive. Strong and addictive, okay? What usually makes a drug illegal?
And it's really strong and it might change.
Well, it will change your behavior probably, but also that it's addictive. ADDICTIVE, addictive. Write it down, Eric. Cocaine is strong and it's what? Addictive. What is cocaine?
Cocaine is a illegal drug.
That is?
It is addictive.
And strong. Okay? Strong and addictive. But even though it's illegal, do people do it anyway? Eric?
Yeah.
Do people do it anyway, even though it's strong and addictive and illegal? Yes, they do. So what happens when people get caught doing it when it's illegal?
Jail.
They go to jail. Okay. Now in Colombia, you've got things called cartels and drug lords. Drug lords are guys who make and sell cocaine. Are they supposed to make and sell cocaine?
They can.
Well, they ship it into the U.S. Does the U.S. say, okay, you're allowed to ship in your cocaine to the U.S.?
No.
No, because why?
Because
Does the U.S. say go ahead and ship your cocaine here, drug lords?
no.
No, why not?
Because
Right. Okay, so that means these are criminals, right? Criminals who are selling illegal drugs. The U.S. doesn't like that. Do the criminals grow the illegal drugs? Not themselves. Who grows illegal drugs? Nobody. Who grows coca plants? Coca plants are the plants that get turned into cocaine.
Farmers.
Farmers grow them. Okay? Farmers grow them. What's U.S. foreign policy relate to? Okay?
It's related to
What's U.S. foreign policy, Eric?
how the U.S. deals with other countries.
Right. How the U.S. deals with other countries, right? So, if the U.S. makes a rule about China, what is that? It's if the U.S. makes a rule or a law about Colombia, what is it, Eric? If the U.S. makes a rule or a law about France, what is it? Foreign. If the U.S. makes a law about California, what is it, Eric? It's U.S. domestic policy. Good. It's not foreign policy. Because California is not another country. Okay, California is a state within the United States. If the U.S. makes a law about Canada, Caitlin, what is it? What? Eric?
U.S. policy.
Canada is not part of the U.S.
U.S. foreign.
Correct. Canada is a different country. Okay. What are cartels? Cartels are organizations of criminals. Organizations of criminals, write down, Eric. Cartels are organizations of criminals that sell drugs. Organized crime that sells drugs. Organizations of criminals that sell drugs. Criminal organizations, you might also say. Criminal organizations that sell drugs. Cartels. Criminal organizations okay. Who's the drug lord?
Somebody that sells drugs.
He's the guy in charge of the cartel. Who's the drug lord? He's the boss of the cartel. Who's the drug lord? Right. Boss of cartel. What's a cartel? Carolyn.
Criminal organization that sell drugs.
What's a cartel, Eric?
Criminal organizations that sell drugs.
What's cocaine?
Cocaine.
Tell me a couple of different things about it.
Cocaine is very strong.
Strong what? A strong feeling of good cheer?
A strong drug.
Okay, and what else is it?
And it is addictive.
And? Yeah. All right, illegal. This is important. Make sure remember it's illegal. You're not allowed to sell it. Okay, so what's Colombia, Eric?
Country.
Where is it?
In South America.
Yeah, I think it's in South America. It might be Latin America. Anyway, we've gotten through almost all this first middle section here. What is corruption? Corruption is when government officials take bribes. What's corruption, Eric?
Government officials.
Write it down. Write it down, you naughty, naughty child, you.
I'm not that naughty.
You're not that naughty, that's true. What is corruption? Government officials take bribes. What's a bribe? A bribe is, for example,
Is it bribe or bribe?
bribe. This is an R. Example is when you pay the policeman to let you go. Cop pulls you over and says, I'll give you a speeding ticket, or if you pay me $50, I'll let you go. What do you think? That's bribery. That's illegal. Okay? Pay the cop to let you go. That's bribery. In some countries, the police will pull you over and they'll say, I can arrest you or you can give me $100.
When you've done nothing?
Yeah, even if you haven't done anything, maybe. Okay?
That's not bad. That's not bad.
Well, that's true. You've got a point there. But regardless, it would be considered extortion and bribery, soliciting bribery. Let's say you go to your local official and you say, I want a marriage license. And the government official says, oh, it'll be 6 months, sir, before it's done. It'll be 6 months before your marriage license is ready. And you're like, well, I'm going to get married in 2 months. Can you hurry this up at all? He says, well, I could do it in maybe 1 month for another 100 pesos. 100 pesos, that's Mexican money. Okay? That's bribery, right? The government official should do his job the same for everybody. You shouldn't have to pay him extra to do his job well, right? Okay. So Colombia has a lot of corruption. What does that mean? Right. Colombia is what?
Colombia is a country in South America.
Okay. And what do they grow a lot of down there, Eric? Coca plants. And what do they make out of coca plants?
Cocaine.
And what is cocaine, Eric?
An illegal drug that's found in
And what kind of organizations distribute cocaine to America or sell cocaine to America? Yeah, it's called what? Cartels. 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 What kind of organizations?
Criminal organization that sells drugs.
Called what?
Called cartels.
Cartels. And who is the boss of the cartel? What's his name?
The boss? Drug lord.
The drug lord. Okay. What is another problem faced by Colombia right now in their country? What is corruption? And what's a bribe, Kate?
And bribe is like you have to pay.
It's the government official taking money from people, okay? For himself instead of the amount that you're supposed to take, he'll take some for himself too. Using your government position to get personal gain, basically. Okay. Do we feel like we understand everything in the middle column?
I just still don't understand.
Okay. So if you go to the library at school and the librarian says, "Oh, you'd like to check this book out, would you?" And you go, "Yeah, I'd like to check this book out." And Eric is in front of you in line, okay? Now, Eric, she just says, "Okay, sweetie, here you go. You can check out your book because I like you. And it's your turn, and you're going to check out your book." And she goes, "Well, I don't like you, so it's going to be an extra $5 if you want to check out this book. Go ahead, give me the $5." She is soliciting a bribe. She's saying, if you want me to do my job as the librarian fairly, you have to pay me extra.
But she's supposed to do it.
I know she is. That's what makes it wrong of her to solicit a bribe from you. She shouldn't require you to pay extra to get a library book because that's her job to pass all the library books, right? So
Students don't pay libraries well. That's why I think.
here's another example. What if your teacher said, "Well, listen, guys, you two, both of you guys, you got a B, earned a B this semester in class. But if you want an A, you can each give me $20. I'll give you guys an A instead."
I do it because I'm mostly.
You'd pay the bribe, Eric? Okay, well, the point is, if your teacher did that, that wouldn't really be fair, right? Because then you'd get an A, but some other kid who didn't pay the bribe would get a B. And it wouldn't be based on their actual work in class, it would be based on who paid the teacher more money, right?
Mm-hmm.
So is that what we want teachers to do? Is that how we want them to base their grades?
Yes.
Oh, well, you get an A because you gave me $1,000, and you get an F because you didn't give me any money. It doesn't matter what your work was. That's how.
1,000.
Yeah, Joe over here gave me $1,000, and you guys didn't give me anything, so you guys both get Fs, and Joe gets an A. That's bribery. Okay, that'd be if I were the teacher and I said that, I would be soliciting and accepting bribes.
No, wouldn't you tell the principal?
Who? The student? Probably.
No, the teacher would deny it.
I mean, the teacher would be in big trouble if he got caught, right? Because you're definitely not supposed to do that. And it's not just because the teacher's a government official. Uh, if the teacher's a private school teacher, it still shouldn't sell grades, right? Because you're,
Like the private school teacher, I'm pretty sure they wouldn't do that.
well, look, the point is the teacher is there to educate the children and to score them according to how well they learned, not according to how much they paid them. So that's what makes it a bribe, okay? Anything else we need to understand in the middle column? Eric, any
Does it have to
questions?
be money for bribes?
No, it could be anything of value. If I said, "Give me 3 of your finest goats, and I'll give you an A," it would still be
I
bribery.
don't have any goats. I just want to.
Well, then you get an F, Eric. I'm sorry. No goats, no A.
What if I do the ones that I got?
I'm not good enough. I only accept currency and goats.
Okay, I'll give them a finest goats and statues.
Okay, that's what I wanted anyway.
Statues?
I didn't say it, but that's what I wanted the whole time was ghost statues. You don't believe me?